Hey you, perfect soul. Human beings possess a divine spark from the higher realms, but are trapped in the material world. Salvation comes through gnosis, knowledge of one's divine origin, and the illusion of the material world. Self-awareness strengthens inner healing, where we in a duality with feminine and masculine, not single mothers as Sophia, can reconnect to our spiritual self and our divine wisdom. We are not like the Demiurge, isolated and cut off from the one source, but we can think we are. This creates our ego, our false self, and a limited consciousness. But with our divine spark, we can oppose outer fear-based ego beliefs. With authenticity, intuition, and heightened connection to our inner self, we will find Sophia's spark. I am Sophia, PhD and author within self-help, spirituality, fantasy, action, and sociology. In this video series, I will describe my personal revelations from the Nag Hammadi collection, which you can find online in a Gnostic library. In my channel, you will also find an older video series with summaries of Revelation of John. Like and follow if it feels authentic to you. The Gnostic cosmology contained levels and structure for human beings. Gnostic traditions generally considered that the human being existed in three major orders and multiple inner levels, reflecting the divine realms. Every human carried all three layers, but one was dominant. The orders went from asleep to waking to awake. The first one is heightened, which is the material humans. They were ruled by the body, instincts, and fate. They were connected to the Demiurge and the material nature, the lowest density. They lived primarily in the physical self, unaware of inner divinity, and instead bound to birth, death, and reincarnation, whilst governed by fear, desire, and survival. The second one is psychic, which is the soul humans. They were ruled by mind, emotion, moral, and will. They were also connected to the Demiurge, but in the middle density, which was transitional and therefore capable of ascent. That means that they were able to seek truth and have faith, conscience, and intuition. In other words, they experienced spiritual longing and could therefore awaken through teaching. Most of humanity was considered to be psychic, capable of awakening, but not yet fully awakened. And the third is then pneumatic, which is spirit or Gnostic humans. They were ruled by the divine spark and connected to Sophia and the pleroma in the higher density. They possessed the seed of light and could therefore remember their origin in the divine. Their destiny was to return to the pleroma and therefore insight, gnosis, awaken the spirit. And then the human ascended through layers of consciousness, from matter to soul to spirit, and even then to ionic consciousness, and eventually pleromatic union, which is full gnosis. In both traditions, we see an emphasis on the feminine flow. Sophia and Binah in Kabbalah are both representing the feminine flow as symbols of the womb of all creation, or the Divine Mother. Binah provides understanding and Sophia offers wisdom. As creators in bringing divine thought into form, they both also represent the flow when it comes to the act of descending, since Sophia, although unintentionally, did create the Demiurge and thus the lower worlds. But also she brought the spark to human beings, and Binah as being the Sephirah where all other Sephiroth passes through into the material world. They both show the importance of letting energies be embodied and released in order to be able to receive spiritual awakening. The feminine flow of Sophia and Binah enters through the crown as divine understanding and creates mother intelligence in the third eye chakra and throat chakra, which then flows and grows in the heart chakra as compassion and grounds in the womb and pelvis as the creative force of life. This is one way a replay of Sophia's cosmic journey in our chakra system can look like. Gnostics saw Sophia as the spark inside the human, both as the source of intuition and the inner spiritual longing. The ascension through Christ is then a kind of reversal. In Gnosticism, this was seen as a masculine redeeming force. Most important of all, though, was to flow in both ways, to unite the process and reach gnosis. In the same way, Binah was an active feminine energy in Kabbalah, where she, as a cosmic womb, receives, understands, shapes, and brings life into form. She is not passive, she is power itself, bringing structure, insight, maturity, deep understanding, and emotional intelligence. Every woman is a living Binah, and her body mirrors the tree of life's left pillar, while the middle pillar in Kabbalah represents the union of masculine and feminine and the path of awakening. The women naturally have more access to the conscious connection to the womb energy from Binah. This concurs actually with neuroscience and neurobiology, where women's brains have a more natural fluidity between emotional right brain and logical left brain, as well as faster access to heart coherence. Sophia and Binah is the flow that becomes your intuition, conscience, form, and embodiment. This Nag Hammadi series is now to its end, but more videos will for sure come, so like and follow. Bye!